Laurika, happy birthday, Ofro. I can't believe the day has finally arrived. I've only had to wait 11,455 days for this moment, and it is 11,455 days since I sat in the passenger seat of that big old yellow submarine of a Citroen of yours. I had just received a homemade cake, the most thoughtful gift, and a beautiful card. And before I even had the chance of a cheeky old swipe at the frosting of my birthday cake, or opened the present, or read the card, I thought to myself, well, what on earth am I going to do to reciprocate this wonderful gesture? And of course, Laurika, being Laurika, she just had to have her birthday on the 31st of December. So, of course, you were always the first to have your birthday. So I decided then and there that, well, I'm going to have to come up with something for your 50th birthday. And so here we are, more than 3 decades later, I am finally able to return the favour. How's that for the long game? Your gift was ready in February, and it took me about a seventh of a second to come up with a theme for your gift. It took me a little bit longer to get hold of someone to find an address to send it to, but I eventually got hold of John, and your gift has been safe and sound in his boot since October. I don't know if you've opened it yet, but if you have, I certainly hope you recognise this kind of magic that only a friend who will be a friend can pass on. And if you haven't opened it, I won't put you under any pressure, but it's not an ice cream maker and there's not a jar of Mrs. Bowles in there. Now in October, when I got the message from John that loot's in the boot, I thought, well, fantastic, mission completed. And then John asked for some more stories about Laurika and situations that we've shared. Well, then it took me another seventh of a second to remember quite a few incidents where we were involved. And then I thought to myself, well, goodness, I think it's our roast time. But unfortunately, with a roast, for it to work, that everybody else needs to have context and then need to understand the situations. And the two incidents that I have in mind, it was only Laurika and I involved, as far as I know. I don't think she's told anyone about it, or I can't assume that she has. So unfortunately, for that reason, a roast is not going to work. So unfortunately, a roast is going to have to be replaced by a wonderful little quiz. So Laurika, I've prepared, with the help of John again, a lovely little roast quiz for you, and there's a lovely little roast quiz gift for you. Now, Laurika, the objective of your roast quiz is to earn 3 points. Now, you might be wondering why you need 3 points, and the reason you're going to need 3 points is when you do eventually make it over here and you come and visit, you're going to need your first point to be able to ring the doorbell instead of having to tap the window to come in. Oh. And your second point, you're going to need for me to answer the door in around 30 seconds rather than having you wait out there for near enough 10 minutes. And your third point, you are going to need for me to actually make you a bed this time. Yeah, it's because, you know, if you remember, I didn't even bother doing that last time. Now, everyone, I'm going to need some help to make Birthday Girl's roast quiz happen. The wonderful John has agreed to be roast master. I'm, of course, the narc, spilling all the embarrassing beans. And all of you, you're going to be the noisemakers. Now, Laurika, to earn your first point to be able to ring the doorbell, you are going to have to answer a question. And the question is, can you identify the kind of object that your roast present is? And for your second point, so you're not left out in the mold and the cold for 10 minutes, you are going to have to identify the place associated with your roast quiz gift. To earn your third point, you will have to complete a courage quest. Now, your courage quest is for you to open and admire your quiz roast gift in front of everyone. And it doesn't matter whether you're indoors, because all of the bad luck associated with this gift was spent 32 years ago. Okay, John, now is the time. Bring out the gift. Right then, on to the first question. Laurika, Gail, Lamoureux, Nakluter. For your first point, can you identify what your roast give is? Dramatic pause. Makers, did you get it right? Now, Laurika, Gail, Lamoureux, Nakluter. For your second point, can you identify the place associated with your roast gift? Oh, another dramatic pause moment. Well, everyone, did you get a second point then? Yeah. Okay. Now, Laurika, for your third point, go on, go ahead. Open it, baby, up. Yeah. There we go, Laurika. No more embarrassing trips down memory lane. Over the years and indeed the decades, I've so often thought of those two incidents in particular, and I hope you remember them as I do too. Well, thank you, everyone. John, for putting up with all of my clandestine, secretive instructions about everything. And thank you very much to the noisemakers. Then just my very last thought. It always seems very strange to me that on a person's birthday, they're always celebrated, and then the person who did all the work is hardly ever mentioned. Tony Linda, hello, I hope you're doing well. Always welcoming me into her house as one of Laurika's friends. Always ready with some kind and calm advice. The only time Tony Linda was upset was when Louis halved in some chocolate cake and then tried to make out that he didn't take it. It's a porky pie, everyone. He took it. Yes, once an arc, always an arc. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for coming together and helping me make Laurika's roast quiz happen. Bye. Hier maar werkt het nou. Okay. Laurika, ik hoop dit werk. Ik kan niet glo hoe moeilik dit was om daai nou te doen nie, maar anyway. Ek kan ook al my glo mof gehad ek was dit my so moeilik was nie, maar anyway. Lekker dag. 450 days. Home cooked cake. Beep. Shit, this is not. Damn, man. Damn, man. My God. Heck, man, this is a lot more difficult than it looks. Okay. Okay, Christ. This is not as easy as it looks. This is not as easy as it looks. God, this isn't it. The first of your half a century. Bloody hell. Half a century. Half a century. Okay. Dang, man. This is a lot more difficult than it looks. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, the first phase of your half a century Now the first one, the first of your half a century. Half a century. Damn it. Man, this is a lot more difficult than it looks, you know. Right. Right. John's boots. Friend. Yes. Bloody hell. Oh, bloody hell. Why? Why is this so difficult? Why? Ja, zie, oké. Ja, ik weet nu ook omdat het zo moeilijk is, nee. Okay. God, John, this is why it took me ages. Honestly, it's take after take after take. I'm freaking well not the next bleeding Steven Spielberg at all.